What would you do? Here's my story of what would you do. I love what would you do. And I always wonder, like, it's a really great test of your soul as a human being. Like, at that moment, what are you going to do? And it happened to me this morning. Yes. So, what happened is I was walking down to my local 7-Eleven, and there was a man with a dog, and it was a little puppy, but it was a big puppy. So, and it was in a very loose leash, and the dog got out of the leash, and it started running towards this man who was terrified of dogs. I mean, terrified of dogs. He was with his family. For the sake of the story, I will tell you, he was a black man, and so he was terrified. And so the dog started coming towards him like he wanted to play. And so it was this weird situation where I understood where the dog was coming towards, and the man was like, you could see the face, you could see the soul of the dog. It wanted to play, but at the same time, it started seeing aggression, so it like wanted to be aggressive. So it was this pivotal moment for the dog, and it was this moment for the man and his family who were being terrified. So what I did is I got involved. I immediately got involved, and I stood in front of the man, and I tried to calm down the dog, and I tried to stare at the dog in the eyes and be like, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." And I tried to hold the dog, but the dog kept squirming outside of me, and the man kept running back, and the dog kept trying to chase him, and the man was running towards traffic. And at that moment, I was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to run into traffic." And I think that that's like, one of those things where it just like, I've done it before, but it's scary. It's really scary. So, and then I stood in front of the man like a shield, like, "Don't get the dog." And I was trying to stare at the dog and open up my arms and be a shield for the man and show him that it's okay, as his family helped him. And the man grabbed me and he swung me, up against the wall, and he came down with me because I'm not that skinny. So, he swung me over, and we both fell to the ground, and the dog was like freaking out. The dog didn't understand. Was trying to get at the man, and I was just there. I was like there. And so eventually the dog was, and after he swung me, I stood up and I still was a shield for the man. And it got me thinking, like, it was that moment where it doesn't matter who it is, it's like, that's a human being. Like, it doesn't matter race, color, creed, whatever. Like, that's a human being, and you become a human shield for a human being because that's what humans do. And so it was really like, I know that people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're not racist. Maybe you are somewhere." I was like, maybe I am. I say hello to the dogs before the humans, but you know, it was just really a moment for me. And so I walk into the 7-Eleven, and I'm all like, "Junkin' Giannis, where's Junkin' Giannis?" Hello, did anybody see that? Someone kept that on camera. I want to be viral. And of course, no one did. And then, of course, Daddy shows up, and Daddy goes, "Let the people work." I was like, "Oh, you're an angel. That man's an angel." And like, I knew, it was just like, "Oh," he's like, "Don't be telling people stuff." I was like, "Okay." I live in a weird world. So basically, Daddy was trying to tell me that, hey, don't be all like, don't be tooting your horn. And so ultimately, what's the moral of the story? That I'm awesome? No. Put your dog on a leash and put your dog on a harness, because it could really hurt somebody on various different. It creates an atmosphere of fear. And I know, that your dog is wonderful and beautiful and caring and loving, and it would never hurt a fly. But that's not how people take it. That when a dog runs at them, that's not how people take it sometimes. And and situations could happen out of it. I know that one of my really good friends ran up to a pregnant woman, and it was just awkward for the pregnant woman. He was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Dude." So keep your dog on a leash, maybe a really long leash. Just be aware that as much as we love them, as much as we care about them, as beautiful angels as they are, and we wish that we could have the communication with them, that's not the way with everybody. So keep your dog on a leash. Thank you. I wish you a wonderful eternity.